Okay, so Brandon, you had some really good question. Can you just repeat that again?
We were talking about integration work and then kind of brought to light how, it's very common to hear people, oh, I know I need to do this, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't have time, or I know I need to do this, but the BS, that
Mm-hmm.
comes with it,
Yeah.
and really, you talk about it all the time. It really can be so simple. The answers are just so simple. But why is it such a hurdle to do the
Mm-hmm.
simplicity of these
Mm-hmm.
practices?
Fear. That would be the answer. Fear. Because if, in my opinion, if somebody really want to integrate something, it's kind of like, you know, we need a bridge from go from that one level of consciousness to another level of consciousness. And that bridge is our inner self. How we get there is through our inner self. That is the time of spending time alone. And people do not like doing that. So, meditation, for example, it's a great bridge to that world. And when people say, I don't have time, it's not about time. It's about they don't want to do it. They subconsciously, they wouldn't even know what's out there. Maybe it's so scary. It truly is the fear of the unknown if they really will dissect it. Otherwise, to me, it's simple, nothing more than excuse. And at the same time, you will get what you put in. So if you want something so badly, you have to invest, right? So if you want to run triathlon, right? You need to be in a good shape. You need to invest time to into your body to be strong enough to go through such a difficult run. Same thing with this. It's like you have to focus the energy of where you want to go, where that intention is, that where the energy is going to follow. The energy follows the thoughts. So but the thoughts are etheric. They are right here. They have to be materialized. They have to take an action. The thoughts without action is nothing more than still thought. So when they go into this the community, they feel kind of like, oh, it's like going to the gym. Oh, everybody's watching me, so I'm gonna better do the 10 squats because they might be counting that at only two, right? So it's the kind of support that you have by the peer pressure. Really, that's what it is. But when you come home, what do you really do? Because you really made a agreement, promise to yourself. No one else. Nobody else cares if you meditate or not. And realizing that it's you and it's you and it's you. So if you're not in your life getting what you really desire, it's because you're not putting in what needs to be put in, which is the self um, respect with also discipline. You have to discipline your spirituality. You have to discipline your human existence. Otherwise, it's just losing themselves in a TikTok or seeking conversation, aimless conversation about nothing to just do dishes or whatever it is because you don't have quote quote time. But your reality always will manifest based on your subconscious thoughts, right? So but we can control them. No, I will meditate. I will breathe. I will go for a walk. I will whatever. That is a promise to yourself. And if you let yourself down, you just let yourself down. That's all it is to it. And then the reality will show up the way you showed up.
Yeah, I gotta, call myself out here, because I know that same thing. It's not about time management. Um, what I know when I'm deflecting about why am I not taking the time to do what I know is better for me, it's the responsibility. I'm like, am I ready to take on the responsibility? Am I ready to be disciplined, to change, to grow? Back to that fear is, I know very much that I'm aware that I am just that responsibility holds me back
Yeah.
from really taking the time to do so. And I
Yeah.
have all the tools, I have all the support. I have
Yeah.
all the time,
Yeah. And
so.
it's really the devotion that creates the divinity in the end, right? The devotion of something that you truly love, you want to be part of, you want to be one with. So it's just when you start thinking about it, how can I devote myself to that aspect of existence? Do you like, for me, it's like craving it. Like I just can't be without it. So it's, to me, the devotion is just part of my life now. But it wasn't, I remember when I started, um, and I was in that process of, disciplining myself. And are you talking about excuses? I could have had an excuse. And I remember my daughter was sleeping only 45 minutes a night. So for those 45 minutes, solid 45 minutes, I knew exactly when that would be. I'll be sitting in my closet and I will be meditating. And I knew exactly I had only 45 minutes. And so that could have been an excuse because, trust me, I was exhausted and everything else. But that took priority over anything else. And if we realize that the energy of the spirit, the energy of that subtleness around us, actually fueling us, not necessarily the food. The food we eat, is half of it is dead. That's just calories. But the energy of the spirit, like the child is full of spirit. Oh my God, look at little Johnny. He is sure spirited child. Well, we can be too. And we can feel the same way as little Johnny, because that is what you get when you are entangling yourself in that world of the inner self.
Would you agree that it actually takes more energy to create the excuses than the actual show up and flow with the better habits?
I don't know if it would take same amount of energy. I'm not sure about that. But it's definitely, what you're doing is you creating yourself denser and denser and heavier because you're not following the path that you have been designed to do.
That I think that's what I was thinking about when I asked the question. It's so
Yeah.
heavy because it
Yeah.
doesn't go away.
No, it gets denser and denser. Mm-hmm.
Once I know that I want to do this and it
Mm-hmm.
or I should be doing this or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that I can just put it to a side. It's back there. It's
Yes.
just like, why we're
Yes.
waiting. So it's
And
like, but
people need to realize that meditation is not always crisscross applesauce. It really isn't. It could be as simple as losing yourself, your senses in gardening. You are one in nature and you just like, you don't even know what you're doing. You're just doing it. You are just like one with it. It's just like when you are in that zone, like that's kind of where one meditation can even start. It could be walking meditation, just being aware of just the surroundings, just not be actively engaging in other activities that would stimulate the brain. Just be in the present moment. It's really the key. I mean, it takes, if people having a hard time, 1 minute, just literally put a timer, 1 minute. And then I encourage people, put that timer twice a day, just 1 minute. Take it on, just sit. It doesn't matter where it is. Pull over in a car, 1 minute. And then you see 3 minutes, 5 minutes. And that's how you build up that. It's like, you remember how, I mean, your son is still little, but mine are already big children. How long it took to tell them to brush their teeth and reminding them day in day out, and you would think that it would be so natural. No, you had to remind them until it became a habit. So creating that kind of a habit, I wish that people taught us from the beginning, like our parents. I remember my children were going to Montessori school, and that teacher, which I love so dearly, she made such an impact on me. She would let the children sit with a candle in the middle for 1 minute meditation every day. And first time I saw it, I'm like, there's no way these children are gonna sit. They were little. They were like year, 18 months, 2 years, 2.5. They did. They did. Maybe the peer pressure, just like I was saying in the beginning, but it worked, and I was in awe. So when we can teach our children to sit still consciously, then it's just going to be the habit that we'll build for life.